wrong, I'm first in the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plans. Look at your stands and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. EA. I am the coach and the player of the game. They gon' remember the name.
We want back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again. We wake them up, the champs is in. Champion, we want back ends, wipe my sins, wipe it. They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again. We wake them up, the champs is in. Yeah.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. Wanna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for a visa. Pulling up the leader. Getting out while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No play burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Don't you run out? No, I can't show you no love.
Gordon's got the ground game. I'm Jonathan Coachman. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a look at Melvin Gordon, fresh off a big game a week ago. Coming up, we'll see our visitors as they get set to square off against our home team. With that, we're off to the Rocky Mountains. Standing by in Denver, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Austin Desperados and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visiting Austin Ball Club, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. The man in charge for this crew, the 6'1 quarterback from the University of Houston, it's the veteran Case Keenum.
I loved his quote during the week. If I were a defensive back, I would have wanted to play against me last week as well. He's trying to eliminate those turnovers, those interceptions, and get back on the positive side of the ledger throwing touchdown passes.
Yeah, had 4 of those picks, led to the loss. 1st and 10. Here's Keenum. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
He'll be brought down at the 43. Joey Bosa in on the stop. The offensive lineup now, and the guy we highlight, Emmanuel Sanders.
You can use him in any spot as a wide receiver. In the slot, out wide. It doesn't matter. He just makes plays.
On 2nd down, here's Keenum. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. A shotgun snap for Keenum. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? On the defensive side of the ball here, the starters for Denver. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Nifty move by Gordon. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down. And able to work his way down to the 16. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
This is Gordon. A beautiful fake. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Austin football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, Anthony Lynn says, let's go for 3. And his kick is right there. It's good, and it's 3-0 here in the second quarter. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball, at least a
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything.
And down he goes. Keenum is sacked.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that,
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur?
Here we go.
Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but he got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. 12 yards there as they move the chains. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it, when you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Here's Gordon. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This is Gordon going left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a 1st down. They run it here with Gordon. Again, he finds an opening. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's a run with Mixon. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the focus of our players' spotlight right now is shining on Case Keenum. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Keenum on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. That'll be caught right side by Hamilton. Here we're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum firing quickly here, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
A short gain that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll get started out on the West Coast in Oakland, and it's the Raiders out in front.
Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The 13 yards that time at a first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
319.
On second down, here's Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now Gordon. Into the secondary again. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Keenum going to lead the Broncos up now 1st and 10. At their own 26. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they'll run it here. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point from McManus is good, as this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
A big run there, 29 yards and a first. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
They get it to him running left, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Keenum. And down he goes. Keenum is sacked. Joey Bosa in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Keenum to throw on second down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Third and long. It's Keenum. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hamilton. Now on fourth down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Desperation time for Keenum on fourth. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Gordon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go now.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that